is breaking news. An amendment has been introduced by Congressman Andy Ogles as a House joint resolution. And this is the language of the amendment. Have either of you heard this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times, nor be elected to any additional term after being elected to 2 consecutive terms. And no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. So I can try to break this down. Shay, you were nodding, so I'm hoping you've read on this a little bit. Mm-hmm. This essentially is designed so that Trump could run a 3rd time. And
right,
actually,
exactly.
The congressman just point blank said that. It's said in a way that you cannot, I believe, be elected, and Shay, correct me if I'm wrong, you could not be elected to a 3rd term if you've already served 2 in a row. Trump would only be eligible because he hasn't served 2 in a row. Okay,
yes, very.
We're all about limiting the size and jurisdiction of the federal government. I will be very clear for those watching. This is not allowable under the Convention of States resolution. You could not make this amendment proposal because it would be increasing the authority and the size and the jurisdiction of the federal government. You can't do that. Okay. But it is a constitutional amendment. I just want to hear your guys' responses. What do you think the chances are that the American public are going to be like, let's give more power to the federal government?
0.
Does 0 mean anything to you?
0.
It's an interesting item, but and I give him credit. He put it together as a bill. Fantastic. That's great that he did that. And certainly everybody wants to support the president, right? But no.
Yeah, but what happens if you got a president in there that you don't support? Of course you don't want this. I mean, to me,
we have a natural term limit on president. Let's live with that.
We have that. And that was added to the Constitution. We have term limits for president. And I think it's just going to make more fodder for the media to go and keep us all engaged with what the Supreme Court or the higher courts say about all of this. It's we knew this would be a busy week. It's probably going to be a busy year when it comes to activities like this.
Suppose this actually did go through. How old would he be to get into it by the time of his 3rd term?
If this actually did go through, someone else would probably introduce an age limit, term limit.
Right.
Which we've talked about those kinds of term limits. But yeah, I don't think for a second that this is going to go anywhere. I think the American people understand that term limits for the president has been a positive thing for the nation.
Right, exactly.
All right.